If you've been involved with the anime community in any capacity, you have heard these words. But can he beat Goku though? Goku is used as the measure of power across anime, comic books, video games, nearly anything. And today we're going to take a look at if Goku, alongside a couple other very popular anime characters, can feasibly beat Marvel. So I'm going to go through this twice. We're going to look at if these characters being Sasuke Uchiha and Naruto Uzumaki from Naruto, Saitama from One Punch Man, and Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball could beat the comic book universe in two separate ways. The first way is going to be the comic book characters and the anime characters all being in their base forms. That means no insane power-ups or super special moves that they learn later in their series, just in their base, most recognizable forms that if you were to ask someone with limited knowledge about these characters, what can they do? This is the information they would provide to you. So we're going to go through it that way, and then we're going to go through it and look at the same thing, but with the characters having their strongest forms available to them. So their strongest power-ups, their strongest moves, and the same thing with comic book characters, their strongest forms across all canon comic book story. And the rules. All characters in this fight will retain their personalities. The fight will be to the death, but the characters will retain their personalities. Essentially, the premise is they were dropped on the opposite ends of a battlefield or a universe, and they were told, you need to fight to save your universe against that opposing force. So the characters who are willing to kill will kill, but we won't be going crazy and having these characters like Goku move at his max speed and clothesline Spider-Man and rip his head off, because that is outside of Goku's character and that isn't something that he would regularly do. So we need to honor and respect their characteristics, but also put them in a situation where we believe that they are fighting for the sake of their universe and their own lives. So first, we're going to look at all these characters in their base form and go through the list of who is going to be eliminated straight away. So looking at the comic book hero list, there are a lot of characters who don't really have a chance. They either have too many weaknesses that can be exploited by the base form anime characters,
Traitor! Have a nice life.
or they just aren't super strong and are base level heroes that will ultimately get wiped out relatively early in the fight. Just to start from the first couple of rows: Venom, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Elektra, Beast, Cyclops, Captain America, Mr. Fantastic, and Bullseye, just to start, are already wiped out. They are pretty tough. They do have above superhuman strength, the lot of them, but unfortunately, going up against even the weakest out of this group, that being Naruto and Sasuke, they're going to have a very, very tough time, and they're going to get wiped out. Now, the outliers in this group of people who aren't super strong but could possibly stand a chance are Domino, Black Cat, and the Punisher. Now, Domino and Black Cat have one of the most interesting abilities in the entire comic book mythos, and that is luck. If you watch Deadpool 2, Domino's ability essentially allows her to change reality in a pretty small scale to where if she attempts to have something go her way, then she can manipulate her luck and the luck of people around her to have things go her way. So up to a certain point, Domino could dodge bullets if she attempts to dodge them, or the gun might misfire or something along those lines. And she uses weapons. Then the weapons she does use are guns. So this is where her and Black Cat come into play. If they were to shoot at Naruto and Sasuke, I'm not confident they will be able to dodge bullets. In the Naruto universe, at their base forms, I don't know how easily they could dodge bullets, and with their ability to manipulate luck, they could cause them to attempt to dodge and to trip and bang their head on something or just get shot. And you have the Punisher as well, who's an expert marksman. So while they're avoiding bullets from Domino and Black Cat, the Punisher's also shooting at them. So at this point, while they did take out a decent chunk of this Marvel group, Sasuke and Naruto are eliminated. And I'll go into that a little bit further. Now, I know when I said Naruto and Sasuke were the weakest out of the group of 5, a lot of anime fanboys already started typing their paragraphs in the comments about how wrong I am and how stupid I am and how much of a virgin I am. And while that may be true, they are the weakest out of the 5. Saitama has an unknown amount of strength because he literally is a meme character. It is entirely possible that he could one-shot every single anime character known to man, not because of any particular training he's done, but because he's a meme character, and that is literally his power, to one-punch someone and immediately defeat them. So he's obviously the strongest out of this group, and Goku and Vegeta are infinitely stronger than Naruto and Sasuke, even in their base forms. Goku and Vegeta have the ability to destroy entire planets in their base form, in their most recognizable form. They have the ability to destroy entire planets and take an ungodly amount of damage.
This planet has a serious bug problem. There's nothing like a little fireworks when you say goodbye.
Huh, they're moving too. Nice touch.
Naruto and Sasuke, the most we've seen them do in their base form is maybe knock down a forest. So if we're going off just pure strength, they are the weakest out of the 5. And that's not the argument we're trying to make here today. We're trying to see if this group can beat this Marvel group. So if you still disagree with me, then call me an idiot in the comments. Moving on. So moving into the next set of characters, if you don't believe that Domino, the Punisher, and Black Cat would have taken out Naruto and Sasuke by using guns, that's perfectly understandable. Who we have up next to face them is Rogue, the Hulk, Iron Man, the Human Torch, Wolverine, Deadpool, Gambit, and Susan Storm. If you didn't believe that Naruto and Sasuke were dead before, they're absolutely dead now. There are parties in that group who are absolutely not opposed to murdering another being, i.e. Wolverine and Deadpool, and they are very, very resilient, and anything that base form Naruto and Sasuke can throw at them will be returned to them 100-fold. Hulk is insanely powerful, a massive hulking tank going after them, slamming them into the ground, punching them in the chest. It's just not going to go well for them. And Rogue, in her most recognizable forms, has the ability to touch people and remove their powers from them. So if she gets close enough, if they even punch her bare skin, they're going to be incapacitated. So at this point, Naruto and Sasuke are out of the equation, and we're only facing Vegeta, Goku, and Saitama, and people in this group haven't died yet. So now, Vegeta and Goku are facing Hulk, Wolverine, and Deadpool. The other characters in the group might not stand a chance, and I'm fairly confident saying they are essentially wiped out as well. At this point, the fight is looking pretty grim. Saitama is fucking people up left and right. Vegeta and Goku are knocking heads all over the place. But now, we start to get some heavy hitters included. Let's throw in Doctor Doom, Thor, She-Hulk, Juggernaut, and Scarlet Witch. Now the fight has essentially ended. Base level Thor is akin to base level Goku. They are on the same power level. Thor, the god of thunder, and Goku can trade blows and go hand to hand because Thor is akin to Superman, and Thor and Superman can trade blows and go hand to hand. At this point, Goku has his hands full, and there are still plenty of other Marvel characters running around able to assist and put down Vegeta and Saitama. Saitama is the big question mark in this fight. At this point, we have no clue what Saitama can and can't really do. All we know is in one punch, he can take out any character. But what if I were to tell you that all Saitama, Goku, and Vegeta can do can be immediately nullified by one simple aspect found in comic books that aren't really found in their series? The power of magic. Scarlet Witch alone solos this entire fight just because she has the ability to use magic. If you don't know anything about comic books, one of the largest events in comic book history is when Scarlet Witch committed genocide on an entire species by using 3 words. Essentially what happened in this event, Scarlet Witch was tired of all the clashing that affected the mutants and the Brotherhood of Evil and just everything that was going wrong in her life and in her world. And in a moment of desperation and despair, she uttered the words, "No more mutants," and essentially wiped out 99% of mutant life off of the planet Earth. So now imagine you back her into a corner where she's facing Goku, Saitama, Vegeta, even bring back Naruto and Sasuke into the fight, and she needs to wipe them out. That raw, unfiltered magic is unbeatable, and we haven't even shown every single other character available in this fight that can help keep them at bay while she cooks up some kind of spell to take them out. In the far distance, Doctor Strange is still available, who can help with that spell. Magneto is here, who can help fend them off. Colossus, Sandman, just a bunch of other characters that can help keep them at bay while she cooks something up to wipe them off the face of the earth. So with that, round 1 goes to the Marvel Universe.
And the battle continues!
Okay, so now we're going to go into round 2. In this round, all characters involved in the fight are able to use their most powerful forms. So anything you've seen in canon media involving these characters, they are able to use these to defend themselves in this fight. So Naruto and Sasuke can use Kurama mode and Rinnegan and all sorts of Indira's arrow. Anything you've seen them do, they can do in this fight. Goku and Vegeta can use Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Ultra Instinct, whatever they need to come out on top. They are able to use it. And let me tell you, anime fans, if you think this makes much of a difference, it absolutely does not. So let's take a look at it. So what we're not going to include in the list of most powerful characters for Marvel is characters that are fused with other characters to increase their power. And when I say that, I mean characters like the Sorcerer Extreme, which is basically the Punisher fused with Doctor Strange to increase his power, or when Tony Stark and Doctor Strange fuse, things like that. We're just not going to include that, just characters who have achieved high states of power. So in the anime side, we have Sasuke and Naruto from their final battle together in the war arc of Naruto Shippuden. With Goku and Vegeta, we have Super Saiyan Blue merged together to form Vegito, or separately, whatever you guys want, that's them. And with Saitama, we just have the basic Saitama, because he is a broken meme character and there's no real way to make him any stronger. Unfortunately, with all of that, even with all of that, just using the Marvel characters in this photo, the anime side is curb stomped in 5 seconds flat. Even the weakest character that would get clotheslined into outer space is able to easily clap these characters. Let's look at some of the most powerful versions of these characters. Cosmic Spider-Man. Spider-Man, when he got the power Cosmic, he had the ability to send Hulk into orbit with a single punch. And I know what you must be thinking, oh yeah, well any of the other characters can do that in their most powerful forms, but that's not all. With those powers, he could control the molecular structure of matter, allowing him to turn anything into anything else. So he could essentially turn all of those characters into granules of sand, just with his innate ability as Cosmic Spider-Man. Iron Man, in his God Killer armor, when he had to face the Celestials, which are basically a bunch of Beerus's God of Destructions from Dragon Ball, he had armor that was called the God Killer armor, able to go toe to toe with them. None of these characters are standing a chance against that. Hulk has 2 forms for this. There's the Immortal Hulk and there's World Breaker Hulk. He had the ability to level the entire East Coast of the United States with 1 punch, and was nearly about to destroy the planet if someone hadn't stepped in and intervened to stop him. And the Immortal Hulk just can't die, so nothing they can do to him would stop him, because he'd keep coming back, because he couldn't bloody die. Thor, as the Herald of Galactus, now has all the power of the All-Father and has his hammer holding the Tempest of God that can kill all star systems. Imagine that raw, unfiltered power going ham against Goku, Vegeta, Naruto, Sasuke, and Saitama. And then of course you still have the magic users like Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, all these characters still in the background with insane versions of themselves that haven't even been tapped into. It's a far easier fight for the Marvel Comics side when they're allowed to go ham and use their most powerful abilities. And I thought about doing a video about this using the DC concept as well, but DC also has its own very insane, outlandish abilities that just can't be beat. And of course, this only stems to these characters that I'm showing here. I'm sure there's some other animes out there with insane galaxy-busting powers. Even Sailor Moon, in her final form, is galaxy level and could probably put up a pretty good fight against the Marvel comic universe. So I'm sure there are plenty of other animes that just aren't in this image now that could probably stand a very solid chance. But just from these characters here, in both versions, Marvel takes it. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know if there's anything that can be done to take Marvel down that I didn't consider. Thanks for watching. Behave yourself.